thousands of dollars of your money to keep this grandfather behind bars. He's serving a life sentence for marijuana.
Now, 41 Action News anchor Patrick Fazio confronted the governor and found out why he won't help the inmate get released.
How you doing?
After 21 years behind bars for nonviolent marijuana offenses, Jeff Mizanski hopes he'll someday be freed. He's serving life inside the maximum security prison in Jefferson City at the end of No More Victims Road.
Kind of ironic, isn't it? Because I consider myself a victim as well.
This Air Force veteran says he used to smoke pot for pain relief from his construction job in Sedalia. After his third marijuana conviction for possession with intent to distribute, a judge sentenced him to life without parole under Missouri's three strikes drug law. He understands he broke the law, but...
I'm 62. I came in when I was 41. Since then, I've had grandchildren. I'm not even got to see yet.
Since going to prison, Mizanski's marriage broke up and his parents have passed away.
So it's pretty much been hell.
While Mizanski is doing life for a few pounds of pot, violent inmates come and go.
I've seen so many go back out and come back in. It's ridiculous.
Earlier this year in Mizanski's hometown of Sedalia, a woman and her son were murdered by James Horn Jr., a man twice convicted of rape and kidnapping who served less time in prison than Mizanski has.
What's wrong with our society when we can't protect our children? We can't protect our women.
Mizanski hopes Missouri lawmakers legalize marijuana just like other states have for medical or even recreational use.
I think our state could be making money on taxes for marijuana.
Instead, taxpayers have paid nearly $500,000 to keep Mizanski locked up. Missouri spends more than $120 million every year to imprison drug offenders, despite cuts to programs and even state jobs.
We'll trim 1,000 more full-time positions from the state budget. I never make such decisions lightly, but they're necessary.
Ever since Governor Jay Nixon took office in 2009, Mizanski says he's asked him for freedom. The governor has granted pardons to other nonviolent drug offenders.
It's pretty frustrating.
More than 100 Missouri lawmakers joined nearly 400,000 people in signing a petition asking the governor to free Mizanski, and one legislator introduced a bill for his release.
And if it wasn't for our legislators, I don't know if we'd have done it yet.
Governor Nixon commuted Mizanski's sentence in May, but instead of releasing him, the governor just shortened his sentence to life with the possibility of parole.
Why he wants me to be on parole after 21 years, I don't know.
Nearly 3 months later, Mizanski will go to his first parole hearing, but there's no guarantee.
Just because you're going up for parole don't mean you make it.
So-called lifers are almost never paroled at their first hearing and often are never freed, according to the Marshall Project. The nonprofit also found Missouri has one of the most secretive parole boards, not required to explain its decisions. Missouri's Department of Corrections denied our request to attend Mizanski's parole hearing. Governor Nixon also declined our interview request about Mizanski, so we tracked him down after a news conference.
Why didn't you fully commute his sentence and set him free right away?
Well, he was sentenced for a very serious offense.
We shared the governor's answer with Mizanski.
He said, well, you were sentenced for a very serious offense. What did you think about state lawmakers who called for you to release him immediately and introduced a bill to try to get him out immediately?
Well, it didn't pass.
You know, I hate to throw stones, but didn't his son get busted twice for marijuana?
Police did cite Wilson Nixon for marijuana in 2011 and arrested him on suspicion of driving while intoxicated this spring. He's never been charged. We never got a chance to ask the governor about his son, let alone why he didn't do more for Mizanski before now.
Why didn't you do something years ago when he tried? He wanted this done years ago. Why wait? And why not save taxpayers money the whole time?
For now, Missouri taxpayers will keep paying to imprison Mizanski as this grandfather waits for a chance at freedom.
How many victims were there from your crimes?
My family. You know, to be out there with my family, friends, it'd mean the world.
State lawmakers voted last year to end Missouri's three strikes drug law in 2017, but it's not retroactive, so it doesn't help Mizanski. His parole hearing is set for next Thursday.
Trying to stop other marijuana offenders from going through hell tonight, the Sedalia grandfather, who was just released from a life sentence for pot, has a new mission. New tonight, 41 Action News anchor Patrick Fazio shows us what Jeff Mizanski plans to do now.
Jeff Mizanski walked out of the maximum security prison just after 7:30 this morning, less than 4 weeks after his parole hearing. And about 20 of his relatives and supporters came here to celebrate his freedom. After nearly 22 years inside Jefferson City's big house, Jeff Mizanski is finally going home. His family drove over from Sedalia today to pick him up.
Finally made it to freedom.
Mizanski's 2 sons hugged their dad for the first time as a free man since they were kids. Mizanski also saw relatives he's never met, including his great-granddaughter. A lot of catching up to do with family and with life since getting locked up in 1993.
1, 2, 3.
Long before smartphones.
I used to walk into a telephone booth and, drop your dime in there. It's probably not even a dime anymore.
He's never been on the internet, hasn't seen his GoFundMe donations or the Facebook page to free him from his life sentence for marijuana.
I really appreciate it.
Mizanski thanked his supporters for pressuring the governor and the parole board to finally release him.
Our governor didn't go far enough.
The Missouri lawmaker who led the push to release Mizanski wants Governor Nixon to support drug law reforms and more fair punishments.
Other people go to jail, but relatives and friends of politicians, nothing happens to them.
Over the weekend, police ticketed Governor Nixon's son again for driving while intoxicated. Wilson Nixon also was cited in 2011 for marijuana. So far, for these 3 incidents, he's only paid a $500 fine.
I've spent a third of my life in prison. 1/3.
Until his parole, Mizanski was doing life for 3 nonviolent convictions of marijuana possession with intent to distribute under Missouri's expiring 3 strikes drug law.
That is cruel and unusual punishment.
His attorney also says Mizanski didn't get proper medical care for a growth on his arm or for a broken leg.
The prison doctor said, "Oh, don't worry about it, it'll heal." Well, it healed and it left him crippled. We downplayed that because we wanted to make sure he got out of prison.
Now that he's free, Mizanski says he's going to work to legalize marijuana in Missouri and try to free other nonviolent offenders.
Nobody will ever have to go through what I did. It's hell.
Luckily for Mizanski, he's going home with a second chance at life after a life sentence for pot. In Jefferson City, Patrick Fazio, 41 Action News.
Mizanski says he plans to live with his relatives in Sedalia and do construction work after he goes fishing and takes a family vacation. He also does have to check in with the parole officer and undergo routine drug testing.